I'm Sharon Betters, and you are listening to the Daily Treasure podcast produced by Mark Inc. Ministries. And we are continuing in our series called Treasures Along the Way. And it is our prayer that some message that you hear today, a scripture, a phrase, something will jump out at you, and you will know that God is sending you a treasure from His Word. Today's devotional is called Cruise Director Grammy. And today's treasure is from Psalm 78, verses 5 through 7. He established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which He commanded our fathers to teach to their children, that the next generation might know them, the children yet unborn, and arise and tell them to their children, so that they should set their hope in God and not forget the works of God, but keep His commandments. Oh, here come the cruise guests, my husband exclaimed as Dan and Laura dropped off their 3 younger children for the day so that they could enjoy biking around Washington, D.C. with their 2 older kids. Chuck tells me the Grands think I'm their cruise director, as in, what can we do now, Grammy? What games can we play? Can we bake cookies again? What's to eat? His words challenge me to think about my time with our grandchildren. Am I just waiting on them and spoiling them? Well, yes, I guess I am. But all that waiting and spoiling has a purpose. Such fun times are helping me to reach a goal planted in my heart before any of these young ones were born. Some of Jesus' last words to His disciples were, I go to prepare a place for you. And as a young mother, that promise seemed to be a call of action for me. Jesus' words helped me to outline a plan for our children. Just as Jesus is preparing a place for us, the ultimate place for His family, I have the priceless call to prepare a safe place right now for our family. No doubt my efforts are often flawed, but I haven't given up hope that each member of our family, from adults to grands, sees our home as a safe place. And even more, that they see us as a safe place too. I want them to know that no matter what, they are unconditionally loved by us. The older the grands get, the more challenging this goal becomes, as their busy lives make it more difficult to have quality time with each of them. I'm hoping all the fun times we shared are building blocks into a lifelong friendship. All those special moments of reading stories, baking, playing games, shopping trips, naps with Grammy, dollar store adventures, neighborhood walks, s'mores in the backyard, beach times, cousin sleepovers. They are all stepping stones in a pathway I hope will lead them back to us when they need a second opinion or reassurance that their parents are the best and adore them even when they might have to say no. Or when they wonder if God is real and really loves them. There will be moments when the lights go out, when they will need someone ahead of them who is a credible witness of the hidden things of old, things taught to us by our God. He tells us not to hide these stories from our children. And so I conclude He wants me to share those hard times, my times of failure, and how the Lord kept the promise of His presence and forgiveness. What greater way to tell the next generation of His power and the wonders He has done, and to show how He traded our weakness for His strength. When we share His faithfulness with our lives, even more than with our words, we influence those children not yet born, our great-grandchildren, and even those grandchildren we will not meet on earth. We tell them so that they will put their trust in God and will not forget His deeds, but will keep His commands, as we read in Psalm 78. And so, while I may look like a cruise director at times, I'm actually intentionally laying a foundation for influencing not only the children I can see, but my great-great-grandchildren, those not yet born. Maybe even my great-great-great. Well, you see what I'm saying. Our together times have a parallel unseen goal that is even more important than having fun. The day with the 3 littles, including picking zucchini from the garden, reading stories, baking zucchini bread, a picnic on the porch, swimming, and a trip to the Dairy Queen. We didn't talk a lot about Jesus, but one day it's my prayer such fun times reap eternal fruit as our children teach our grands. We are a safe place to run to when life gets hard, or they just want another perspective on how to navigate middle school or a teen breakup. And I, for one, am looking forward to more of those cruise director moments. Friends, thanks so much for joining us for Treasures Along the Way. And one of the treasures that I want to share with you today is my book that Susan Hunt and I co-authored. I say my book, but it's not really my book. It's one that God led us to in remarkable ways, and we just laugh when we think about it, when Susan and I talk about it. And it's called Aging with Grace, Flourishing in an Anti-Aging Culture. And you can learn more about the book and the Leader's Guide and some really great free resources at agingwithgrace.online. That's agingwithgrace.online. And as I think about treasures along the way, I just am so grateful for women like Susan Hunt, who God placed in my life at exactly the right moment to be biblical encouragers to me, to really teach me what biblical encouragement looks like, and to help me age with grace when my heart and my flesh were tempted to be a bitter old woman. Aging with grace, as we begin this new year, 2024, I think that this would be a great study for you personally and also as a small group. In fact, a few weeks ago, I was really struggling with some of the aging process. And I thought I need to be reminded of what it means to age with grace. And so I pulled out Aging with Grace and read the first couple chapters and just felt like I was sitting next to Susan as she was opening up the Word. And then another time, I pulled it out and Chuck and I read it together because we needed to be reminded of the truths of what it means to age with grace. So check out agingwithgrace.online. Check out the book for yourself personally, maybe as a gift, or to recommend as a small group study in your church, and join the thousands of others who are linking arms around the scriptures and around the purpose and the heart's desire to age with grace. I'm Sharon Betters. Thanks so much for joining us, and I look forward to being with you tomorrow.